Hi everybody, this is Nicole with the Rosy Outlook Crochet Along. This video is going to cover this square here, which is week 1, square 1. I'm going to go over everything except for how to do the single crochet border. The border will be on a separate video because we're going to be doing that border around all of the squares. So grab your hooks, let's get going. Hi everybody, this is Nicole. Thanks for joining my crochet along. This seriously has been a whirlwind. I started on a whim and here we are going into week 2 in a few days. So I'm gonna give videos a shot. I've never done this. I've only taught one person who was one of my friends in person, so doing the videos is brand new to me, so bear with me. I'm learning every single day. You guys are helping me learn what you need, what I'm missing, etc. So let's just take it one step at a time, and together we'll all get through this. So this video is going to be about square 1. I have already chained your 37 chains that you need to start with, and I'm going to teach you the way that I was taught, and you know, a lot of you guys already have your own ways, and so it's not a right or wrong. It's just this is my way versus others. So I do not count this as one of the chains. This is just your working loop. It doesn't count as a chain. So when starting a square, I like to flip it over and use the bumps on the back. The reason I do this is when you end a project, this is what it looks like on the end. And then you look at where you started and this is what it looks like, or it will be on its side. So if you go into these bumps, then both sides will look like this. So that's just a personal preference for me. So the first step is to go to the 5th chain. So I count the bumps 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But if you're going to count the chains, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And into that, you are going to do 4 double crochets. I'm kind of slowing it down a little bit than I normally go, just so everybody can kind of see what I'm doing. So once you've done that, you've got this. And so this basically is the space between the first chain and this shell here. So yes, I do mean going into the 5th stitch, not the 4th. So next, you're going to skip 3 stitches, 1, 2, 3, and do 4 crochets, 4 double crochets into the next. Now, in doing it in the back bump, you see it gets loose like this, but don't even worry about it, because once you start putting your border on and everything, you don't see it. So all the way across, we're going to do the same thing. We're going to skip 1, 2, 3 and do 4 double crochets into that 4th stitch. Three and 4. Okay. And again, skip 1, 2, 3 and go into the 4th. It's kind of easy to remember. You're going into the 4th stitch and you're doing 4 double crochets to create your shell. So that's for this first row. The second row and the third row, the count's a little different, but it really is easy to pick up once you kind of see what I mean here. So we skipped another 3 and we're doing another 4. And then 1, 2, 3, and go into the 4th. And 1, 2, 3. All right, and we are almost all the way across now. So we skip 3 and 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, so this is what you have so far. You have your starting chain 3, and then you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 shells, and then you have these last few chains. So I have 4 chains on here. So you're gonna go and skip the 3 again, and then we're just going to do 3 double crochets in this last one instead of 4. We're just going to do 3. So let's see if we can get a shot of the whole thing here. Okay, so you've got the chain 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 shells with 4 and 1 shell with 3 double crochets. Okay, so that's the end of row 1. So now we're going to turn it. You can chain 1 then turn, or you can turn then chain 1. That's personal preference. And right here in the top of this last double crochet from the previous row, we're going to do a single crochet, and then we're going to keep doing single crochet in every stitch all the way across. So it's 3, 4. Sorry, my yarn is all tangled up. I pulled it out of the skein ahead of time so that I wouldn't be pulling it while videotaping, and now I'm having to untangle it while videotaping, so I foiled my own plan here. All right, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4 single crochets, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, and then we're going to go into the top of this chain here to do our 36th and 36. So that's 36 single crochets all the way across. Try to zoom out a little bit here. Okay. So, and I find the key to kind of making sure all your patterns is right is counting. I know a lot of people hate counting. I've seen it in the forums before, but honestly, that's the best way you're gonna be able to keep things accurate. So let's do chain 3. This is going into row 3. So this counts as your double crochet, and so you're not going to go into this first stitch because that it already counts as that. So you're going to skip the first one, and then you're going to do 2 doubles in the second one. 1, 2. All right, so you see that? So I skipped this first single and I went into that one and did 2. So now I'm going to skip 3. 1, 2, 3. And now we are back to our skip 3 and then 4 double crochets from the first round. So 3 and then 4. And so the way it's lining up is you're not putting it here in the middle. You're putting it kind of in the middle between these two. It's on this last stitch of the first shell. And so the next one is going to be skip 1, 2, 3, and it's going to end up in the last stitch of the second shell. And so it kind of positions it a little off to where it's in the center between the shells, not directly above the shells. 3, and then do 4 double crochets. 1, 2, 3, and 4. And then we're going to skip 3, 1, 2, 3, and go into the 4th. 3 and 4. And skipping 3, 1, 2, 3, and going into the 4th. Okay. And 1, 2, 3, go into the 4th. And let's see here, 1, 2, 3, and going into the 4th. All right, 1, 2, 3. Yep, okay. Sometimes I just have to go back and double check, make sure I'm actually doing what I think I'm doing. Okay, 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay, and then skip 1, 2, 3, go into the 4th. Okay, so then now there are 2 singles left. So you're going to skip the last or the next single and double crochet into the last. and you're just doing 1 double crochet. We're going to do our chain 1 and turn and just single crochet across. And it's just like row 2. You do it in every single one, every single double crochet, and in the turning chain, and we should end up with 36. So let's see here. Okay, so I'm at 13, so that's 4, 8, 12 plus the 1, so I'm at 13. So 14, 15, 23, 25. All right, we're at 25 now, and 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, and again our last single is going to go right to the top of that chain 3. So we've got 36 singles. So one of the easiest ways for me to figure out if I've gotten my count right is counting the shells. All throughout you should have 8 shells in every single row. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then you have 1 partial shell that has 3, and you have the starting chain or the single solitary double crochet at the end. So you're either going to have an end, you should have an end with 3 and an end with 1, and then 8 complete shells in between for every row. I should say for every other row, for every shell row. And then in between the shell rows, you're going to have all single crochets, and it should always be 36 stitches on all the rows. All right, so I'm going to do my chain 3, and we'll flip it over, and this is row 5 now. So this again counts as your double crochet. This is not going to be used because we're already coming out of it. So we're going to skip the first 3 single crochets. So 1, 2, 3, and we'll go into this 4th one, and we're going to do our 4 double crochets. And we're going to skip 3, 1, 2, 3, and 4. Do the 4 double crochets. And if you'll remember, in the 3rd row, I said we're going into the last stitch above the shells. So if you look, the last stitch in this shell, we go up. The last stitch on this shell, and we go up, and there it is again. We're not putting them center, we're putting it above the last stitch in the shell. So we're just going to go across and do the exact same thing we've been doing before, skipping 3 and going into the 4th. Two, 3, go to the 4th, Okay, and then 1, 2, 3 going into the 4th. One, 2, 3. And 1, 2, 3. One, 2, 3. All right, and so here we're getting to the end of it. So we're going to skip the 3, 1, 2, 3, and we're to the last single crochet, and we're going to do 3 doubles in that. 1, 2, 3. And that's the end of that row. All right, so there you have it. So that's rows 1 through 5. For row 6, you're going to repeat row 2. For row 7, you're going to repeat row 3. You're just going to keep repeating rows 2, 3, 4, and 5 throughout until you get to the end of your piece. All right, so I hope that helped. As I said, I'm learning how to teach you guys, and so these videos will get better, the charts will get better, the patterns will get better. We'll just learn and grow together and get it all figured out, and at the end we're gonna have a gorgeous blanket. So keep stitching, keep trying, count, count, count. I really can't stress that enough. If your count is wrong on one row, it can completely throw off the whole thing, and then you get really frustrated. And that's with every single square. So just remember to count, take a deep breath, ask questions. We are all here to help. I've noticed a lot of not just my mediators who are, or moderators I should say, not just my moderators who are helping me, who are awesome and amazing, but also a lot of you guys are out there helping each other, and I'm loving seeing this. So ask the questions, reach out. If you've got a handle on it, help somebody. If you have a question, ask the questions. Somebody's going to help you. If you have any special requests, I can do the best that I possibly can, but do keep in mind that I have no idea what I'm doing. I have like don't have the proper equipment, you know. I'm just gonna do everything I can so that we can have a great time, and just, you know, bear with me, but I am totally listening to all of your requests and trying to figure out how to make sure everybody gets what they need. Well, thanks guys for tuning in. I'm gonna go and film the next video, and hopefully we'll get square 2 taken care of soon. Look forward to chatting with you guys on the forums. Bye.